T.K.S. Elangovan.
I thank you for giving an opportunity to speak in this bill. Sir, Madam spoke about the difficulties faced by the customers of the bank and the sentiments attached to the name of the bank. Our honorable colleague, Mr. P.C. Chaco, took us down memory lane about 1969 and showed how they were celebrating the event of the nationalization of banks. Sir, last week, when the Honorable Finance Minister was replying to a calling attention motion, he said that the government has no role to play on the merger of any bank. It is for the management of the bank to decide on the merger. Sir, State Bank of Saurashtra has decided to merge with the State Bank of India. The question now is, State Bank of India is a government bank. It is not a nationalized bank. State Bank of Saurashtra is also a government bank, not a nationalized bank or a private bank. A nationalized bank is merging with the nationalized bank. Why should it choose to merge? Whether the failure of the management or they have any other reason for that. Sir, I can understand if a private bank is merged with a nationalized bank or a private bank is nationalized by the government. The question now is, the management decides about the merger, but the role of the employees and the role of the customers are not taken into account. The employees' interests may not be protected in this. So, if there is a question of merger in the future, now that it is over, has the Mr. P.C. Chaco also said that it is over now. The State Bank of Saurashtra is merged with the State Bank of India. But in the future, if the question of merger comes before the government's step, if it is a nationalized bank or a government bank, the first step of the government is not to accept the proposal. You change the management. It may be because of the failure of the management. It may be because of the mismanagement that the management wants to merge with another bank. Without taking into consideration the employees of the bank, without taking into consideration the customers who are going to the bank, who are used to go to that bank. How can a management decide to merge with some other bank? It is not fair. That too particularly a government bank. It is not a private bank. So, while I support the bill because it is already over, I wish to state that it is when a bank decides to merge with another bank, the government of India should take utmost care. And as a first step, I would suggest that the management should be changed and somebody else takes over so that at least the other group, new group tries to stabilize the bank. So, merger is not always welcome. Merger is not in the interest of the employees. Merger is not always in the interest of the customers. Our friend Mr. P.C. Chaco also was talking about the banks in the other countries which had failed. Those banks failed because they are not government banks, they are private banks. Here the Reserve Bank of India has a number of controls. Like the SLR, the statutory liquidity ratio, it has to be maintained by the banks, commercial banks in India. So, it is the government, I appreciate the government in controlling the banks, in ensuring that the public money is safe, in having provisions to protect the public money. At the same time, a merger may lead to many apprehension. A merger may create doubts in the minds of the people, that too particularly a government bank is merged with some other bank. It may create many doubts in the minds of the people. So, having all these things in mind, I request the Honorable Minister to see that when a question of merger comes, the government should take utmost care. And with these words, I support the bill. Thank you, sir.
Shri A. Sampath.